In a world of many gods and idols, in the ancient city of there lived a man named Abram. He did not know me yet, but I knew him. I had chosen him before the foundations of the earth. And one night, I called his name, and everything changed forever. Leave your country, I told him. Leave your people and your father's household. Go to the land I will show you. I did not give him a map. I did not explain the route. I simply asked him to trust me. And beloved child, that is where all great journeys with me begin. I will make you into a great nation, I promised him. I will bless you and make your name great. You will be a blessing. All peoples on earth will be blessed through you. He was 75 years old with no children. The promise seemed impossible. But I am the God of the impossible. So Abram left, just as I had told him. He took his wife Sarai, his nephew Lot, and all their possessions. He did not know where he was going. He only knew who was leading him. This is faith, beloved child. Not knowing where, but knowing who. When Abram arrived in Canaan, I appeared to him again. To your offspring, I declared, I will give this land. He built an altar there and worshipped me. He owned nothing of that land yet, but he believed my promise. He saw it with the eyes of faith. Years passed, still no child. Abram came to me with his doubts. What can you give me since I remain childless? I took him outside. Look up at the heavens, I said. Count the stars, if you can. So shall your offspring be. And Abram believed me, and I counted it to him as righteousness. That night, I made a covenant with Abram. He prepared the sacrifice as I instructed. When darkness fell, a smoking firepot and blazing torch passed between the pieces. This was my promise sealed, an unbreakable covenant. I bound myself to my word forever. 10 years passed in Canaan. Still no child. Sarai grew impatient and suggested Abram have a child with her servant Hagar. Ishmael was born, but he was not the child of promise. My plans cannot be rushed, beloved child. My timing is always perfect. When Abram was 99 years old, I appeared to him again. I am God Almighty. Walk before me and be blameless. No longer will you be called Abram. Your name will be Abraham, father of many nations. And Sarai shall be called Sarah, princess, new names for a new beginning. I will bless Sarah and give you a son by her. Abraham fell face down and laughed. Will a son be born to a man 100 years old? Will Sarah bear a child at 90? But I ask him, is anything too hard for the Lord? By this time next year, Sarah will have a son. 3 visitors came to Abraham's tent. Sarah listened from inside as I repeated my promise. She laughed within herself. After I am worn out and my Lord is old, will I now have this pleasure? I heard her laugh. Why did Sarah laugh? I asked. Nothing is impossible for me, and I did exactly as I had promised. Sarah became pregnant and bore a son to Abraham in his old age, at the very time I had said. They named him Isaac, which means laughter. Sarah said, God has brought me laughter. and everyone who hears about this will laugh with me. Years later, I tested Abraham. "Take your son," I said, "your only son Isaac, whom you love. Go to the region of Moriah. Sacrifice him there as a burnt offering." The hardest words I ever spoke to him. But I needed to know, and he needed to know, where his heart truly was. Early the next morning, Abraham rose and cut wood for the burnt offering. He saddled his donkey and set out with Isaac and 2 servants. For 3 days they traveled. 3 days Abraham walked, knowing what lay ahead, trusting me even when he could not understand. Isaac carried the wood. Abraham carried the fire and knife. "Father," Isaac asked, "we have the fire and wood, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering?" Abraham's heart must have shattered. "God himself will provide the lamb, my son," he answered. And those words were prophetic. Abraham built the altar. He arranged the wood. Then, with trembling hands and a breaking heart, he bound his son Isaac and laid him on the altar. He reached out his hand and took the knife to slay his son. The faith required in that moment was beyond human comprehension. "Abraham, Abraham," I called from heaven. "Do not lay a hand on the boy. Do not do anything to him. Now I know that you fear God, because you have not withheld from me your son, your only son." The knife stopped. The test was complete. His faith had been proven. Abraham looked up, and there in a thicket he saw a ram caught by its horns. He sacrificed it as a burnt offering instead of his son. Abraham called that place "the Lord will provide," and to this day it is said, "On the mountain of the Lord it will be provided." I swore by myself, because you have done this and not withheld your son, I will surely bless you. I will make your descendants as numerous as the stars and the sand on the seashore. Through your offspring, all nations on earth will be blessed. The covenant was sealed forever. And so, beloved child, Abraham became the father of faith, not because he was perfect, but because he believed. He trusted me when it made no sense. He obeyed me when it cost everything. And through his seed, the whole world was blessed. That seed was my son. Until we speak again.